ML600 have made a series of videos to help you understand the use, application and setup of the Microlab 600 instruments. The series of short videos will show aspects of using the instruments in its form of quick start, wizards, custom blends, custom methods and configuration. In reverse, the configuration allows us to set up the syringes that are in use, the valve configuration, how the hand probe operates, and functions of speed of the drives to ensure the instrument is performing to specification. The wizards allow us, as you will see in the future videos, to apply various techniques including aliquot dispense, seal dispense, dilute, titration, pipette, etc. in a very straightforward manner, and we hope these short videos will provide some assistance in your using the instrument. For those users, we also would like to indicate some good housekeeping guides as to use of the instruments. In daily use, the instruments will be aspirating various reagents and solvents. At the end of each day, we suggest that the solvents that are used are purged from the system and the drives are left in a form that's extended form. That allows the drives to come to the bottom end of their travel and left in the filled position. This ensures that the fluid path is completely wetted out, preventing drying out of any residue in the syringe creating wear. We'd also suggest it might be appropriate to check at intervals the filled tubing line and the dispense tubing line. The dispense tubing line terminates in a tapered tip. This may actually become damaged in use, at which time you should actually remove, which actually slides through the barrel of the probe in this way and replaces at this point. So it's a simple consumable exchange to ensure the best use of the instrument. We'd also suggest that this tubing line is changed over perhaps every 3 months to ensure the instrument is performing to its best level and the tubing maintains its hydrophobic nature. This is a fluoroethylene polymer which is inert, but we do suggest it's changed fairly regularly to maintain the overall performance of dispensing, particularly in low volumes. We'd also suggest that you check to see if there's any kinking in the tubing line, if they've been moved untoward, which could restrict flow. Simply test obviously from these points, and then that will ensure that the fluid actually is entering and being dispensed from the instrument in a suitable manner. Also in continued use, it's useful to ensure that the syringe is attached to the valve and to the foot of the drive by ensuring that it's tightly fitted, finger tight at both ends and at the point of connection to the valve. If the syringe becomes loose, there's a potential for introducing air, which you will note anyway, but obviously by doing that simple check it will ensure the instrument is performing to the highest level of accuracy. As part of the setup procedures, when our engineers install the equipment, the instrument is actually set in its service mode, which actually should indicate by date when the instrument should be serviced and validated again. This is determined over a base of stroke counts, and we suggest that you adhere to this to ensure the best performance of the instrument. Over a given number of stroke counts, which actually is many tens of thousands of the drive, there may be a requirement for actually to change the belt drive on the system, for which your service engineer will actually maintain that as part of his contract. With regard to the syringes, nominally the syringes could be used for a period of 6 months or more. 6 months is a useful changeover period, although on daily use for many strokes, if you observe any bypass, that is liquid moving through the syringe tip, it would normally mean we have it wear, and it's a time at which you should remove and test the syringe and possibly replace it because of tip wear. So at intervals, check that we are getting a gas tight fit and no bypass at the point of the tip of the of the syringe. The programs that the user creates, whether it be in custom methods or in favourites, are backed up and stored on the SD card to the side of the headset. This card can be removed and placed in the USB adapter, so you actually plug into your PC to download those programs for safe storage. So we've been showing the instrument today in its diluter format. That means that the valve assembly is set in here to aspirate from a reservoir and dispense for a hand probe. We are able to configure the instrument in a dual dispense mode, where the crossbar here is disconnected and we have independent fill lines from both syringes. And this allows you to aspirate and dispense independently from two different reservoirs. We are also able to set the configuration in that we're filling each syringe from from a similar supply, providing a continuous flow. That is to say that one drive will be working whilst it's dispensing, while the other one is actually filling. In this instance, both the syringes have to be of the same volume. Then the user can actually have a continuous dispense application with no time period or delay between filling and dispensing.